Hello, so you join me in the Discovery 2, and this is a bit of an off-peak video. So I'm currently away on a work trip in my Discovery 2 V8, and I've done about 600 miles maybe, and I'm in the lovely town of Saffron Walden, if you've ever been. However, I've got a slight problem. You can probably see it just in the corner here. Where is it? Here. Unfortunately, someone forced me off the road and the back of the car grounded out slightly and has whipped my rear exhaust off. So now I just have the centre box, but it's also broken the bracket that holds the centre box on the rubber mount. So the cats were the only thing holding the centre box on. So I've gone to Homebase and bought a flower basket kind of bracket to make it, because I've got 600 miles to go home. So and I can't get an exhaust, so I've ordered a new one, so it's at home waiting for me when I get back. I'll put it in the link in the description. It's a nice easy job actually. I was going to change it anyway because it was coming to the end of its life, but it probably had another year's left in it. But anyway, if you're thinking of if you've got a Discovery 2 V8 and you're thinking of doing a back box delete, this is how it sounds. Let me this is a cold start obviously. So I'm going to start my drive home now, and then I'll join in the video where we're going to put the new exhaust on. And apparently some people say TD5 and the V8 exhaust are different. However, looking at part numbers, they're actually the same. So the ones I bought in this particular case are from Maltings, and they state that the TD5 and V8 are the same. So maybe they weren't back in the day, but now parts are drying up, then perhaps they've consolidated them into one. Anyway, so it's not really going to cause any damage with it being like that, because it's just going to blow it straight under the axle, so there's nothing to melt where the exhaust goes. So, but it does sound quite good. You probably can't hear it with the door shut. Anyway, see you in 600 miles. So we made it home fine. Now it's time to remove the centre box. As you can see, the way it's ripped off, completely ripped off the rear section there. My temporary hanger, which worked well, that's from Homebase. So what we're going to do here, we're going to remove the centre box. There's actually two hangers. I was wrong. So there's the hanger, which you can see here, where the original exhaust has broken off, and also broken the hanger bracket. There's also a hanger at the front, and then all it's attached to is the two bolts there. 17mm on mine. I'm not sure if they're all 17, but these are aftermarket cats because someone stole them, which was very nice of them. So let's go remove that, and we should be then ready to lift it off. I should mention at this stage, unfortunately my phone decided not to record any of my voice, or it didn't come out very well, so this is why a voiceovering. So hopefully it comes out alright, and hopefully this is useful. Right, the exhaust is off, and obviously you can see where the other hanger is now. So I've managed to take a massive chunk out of my finger, so be careful when you remove it. So this is actually the original exhaust. This is the original Land Rover one, so this is from 2003, so it's actually done very well. And it's still got the original heat shield around the hanger, which I've never actually seen because they're always missing normally. So once that's off, we are going to see what we've got on the new parts, which actually arrived next day from Maltings. So thank you very much for those. We've got the rear section, mid section, and it came with all the hangers. I need to clean my finger up before we go any further. Right. So it's actually taken 20 minutes for my finger to stop bleeding, and I've managed to take a huge chunk out of my knuckle. Right, so I've unboxed all the new bits, and I'm very impressed, I must say, for the price. So we've got a rear section there, we've got brand new hangers. It comes with a new gasket which goes between the rear and the centre box. There is going to be a few things that I'm going to keep from the old one. One being this little heat shield. I think that's what it's for, to stop the rubber drying out. I think. So I'm going to put those back onto the new one, just the heat shield thing. And then we're going to put that back in the car. Yeah. So while you've got the exhaust out the way, it's a great opportunity to just clean up the part of the chassis that you can't normally get to on the where the centre box sits. So I've just got a blunt chisel and I'm just scraping off all the old muck, a little bit of surface corrosion. You just want to be careful there's no holes. So I'm just going to go careful with that, make sure the inside of the chassis is still solid. And then I'm going to get some hammerite, black hammered hammerite, and go over and treat that with some rust converter first, and then we'll go over with the hammerite, and then we put the exhaust back in. But you might as well take the opportunity while the exhaust is out the way. It saves you moving it at a later date then. So what we're going to do here, what I've done, I've sprayed up the hangers with some GT85 or WD-40 we're doing. It would just make it a little bit easier when you come to slide the hangers on. Otherwise they tend to snag, I find, which is how I took the slice out of my finger in the first place. It wouldn't move, and then all of a sudden it shifted. So if you do that, you'll find they will go on nice and easy, as you're about to see. So I'm just going to line up the first one, which is closer to the cats first, and then I'm going to put the second one on, and then it's a case of doing up the two bolts. I don't have any torque specs for those at the moment, so I just need to check what they are in the manual, but obviously check your manual. If not, I just nip them up a little bit snug. And just before I put the mating faces together, I do put a little bit of exhaust compound on, just to help it seal up. So now they're done up, I'm going to line up the rear section. As you can see, it just goes over the rear axle, and I've put the gasket on, and I've obviously put a little bit of exhaust paste in there to keep it in place while I line them up. And then there's the three bolts to put together, and then it's a case of putting the nuts on. Right, let's line that up. Should be nice and easy. Yep, here we are. Get a bolt in there. Got a washer on first. The kit doesn't come with nuts. Well, I couldn't see them anyway. So I get them from that Screwfix set that I use in all my other videos. And they're zinc coated so they don't rust, but obviously the amount of heat going through this, I suspect it will burn the coating off. But they're M10s. Alright, so it's time to give her a start. Let's see if she starts. If I can find where the keys are. Ready? Bear in mind it's on choke at the moment. No rattles. This sounds rather good. Listen to this. See what the condensation I was on about? It's not a head gasket, it's got a new one. It's just normal out of petrol this time of year. So, that was a quick video how to change the exhaust on one of these. It's most straightforward exhaust to change. Obviously, if you've got some seized bolts, and you'll just have to cut them off, but you're changing them anyway. So hopefully you found that useful and you know what it sounds like. So there's one more thing I was thinking of doing, and maybe rather than just doing videos of how to fix all these things, how about that we do a little bit of a road test or review. We've got a, obviously this is the Discovery 2 V8. To the left of me is the P38 diesel. I also got lucky enough to have a GEMS 4.6 and a Motronic or Bosch 4.6. So, and I've got a few friends who've got them. So maybe we'll do a video to say how good the cars are rather than keep moaning how bad they are and unreliable. Because actually they're really not that bad. If they're well maintained, keep on top of the jobs. I mean, the exhaust was my own fault. I should have done that. But let me know what you think. Let's have some praise for these things, shall we? Thanks for watching.